Welcome back to today's NFL pick video play as we head into Monday night's action here for November 20th, 2017. We got a great contest here between the Atlanta Falcons and the Seattle Seahawks. Should be a pretty competitive contest between two squads that are trying to continue to stay right in that NFC playoff race. The NFC playoff race right now has a lot of quality teams that are looking to get into those 6 spots. Going to be a great battle throughout the second half of the regular season. Seattle coming into this one on their home field as about 1.5 favorites. Seattle, they have a great home field advantage, if not the best home field advantage in all of the NFL, so that'll certainly play a factor for the Seahawks today. Atlanta, Julio Jones look like he's going to be probable for this one. Deontay Freeman is doubtful. Those are the two main injury concerns here coming into this battle, but the Atlanta Falcons, they're standing 5-4 overall. They've had some success certainly on the road this year. They're 3-2 on the road. The Seahawks are 3-1 at home, standing 6-3 overall. But the Falcons, they looked much better in their last outing, came at home against the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys weren't at full strength in that one, but the Falcons still looked very strong as they went on to win that one by a final of 27-7. This was a good bounce-back result for the Falcons after their very disappointing result in their loss previously on the road against the Panthers. Also, just in terms of where Atlanta started the year, they were at 3-0 through the first 3 weeks. All their wins coming against the NFC North, which is one of the best overall divisions in football. Since then, this group, prior to their last win, had gone on to win just one of their previous 5 games. So to get back on track with that win against another good, I should say, NFC team in the Dallas Cowboys. I'm not sure the Dallas Cowboys can call themselves great at this point, but certainly a respectable opponent to grab a 20-point win against. And now the Falcons going to be trying to prove themselves here today on the road, a very tough place to play in Seattle. And this schedule doesn't get much easier down the stretch here for the Falcons. They have upcoming games against the Vikings, the Saints, the Buccaneers, the Panthers, actually 2 games against the Saints as well as 2 games against the Buccaneers within their division. So a lot of tough tests, and if the Falcons are going to make a run into the postseason, they're going to have to earn it against a very difficult schedule. On the year, this is an Atlanta team that hasn't necessarily lived up to their potential that they obviously showed last year when they made a run to the Super Bowl, but they're 11th in the NFL in passing, 13th in rushing average. Not quite the passing numbers you would expect out of this group led by Matt Ryan, but still 11th overall. Not terrible, and they can certainly work their way up as we continue to work our way through the second half of the regular season. And their defense has also been pretty respectable, ranking 10th in the NFL in total points are allowed. They have a plus-minus of about +2 right now. Matt Ryan, he's been steady, not quite as dominant as we saw out of him last year, but he's thrown for nearly 2,400 yards, 13 touchdowns, and he's going to be looked to really try to have a lot of success here against the Seattle secondary, who's right now without Richard Sherman. They have some injuries, and also without their lead back, Devontae Freeman in there. More of the onus is going to be on the pass game to try to move things down the field here for the Falcons. But today, the home team, the Seattle Seahawks, they always seem to get that extra boost from the home crowd, especially on these nationally televised games such as Monday Night Football. Seattle, they've been having a pretty solid year at 6-3 overall. They might not be as deep and talented of a Seattle team as we've seen in recent years, but Russell Wilson, he's been incredible. He's thrown for over 2,500 yards, 19 touchdowns this year. He also leads the team in rushing, and he's just really been the everything man for this offense for the Seattle Seahawks. They rank 2nd in the NFL in passing, 22nd in rushing, a team that is going to be looking to try to balance those numbers out a bit more throughout the rest of the regular season, because Seattle knows if they're going to have long-term success, it's not going to be with Russell Wilson throwing the ball every chance he gets. It's going to be with a well-balanced offensive attack. But they rank 11th in the NFL in scoring average, 5th in total team defense. They have a plus-minus of about +5 points on the year. So in comparison, just straight up matching these teams up in terms of their numbers, Seattle's been slightly better. They also have that home field advantage today, which you can't take for granted. It's very tough for these teams to go on the road into Seattle and perform at their typical level. So heading into this one, our play is going to be taking the Seattle Seahawks here, giving about 1 to 1.5 points. It feels like a very fair value here for the Seattle Seahawks, and that's going to be our play for today's video, guys. And again, if you want to get all of our NFL plays, you can access those over at stumpthespread.com, linked in the video description. Be sure to click that subscribe button on our YouTube channel. Thanks for stopping on in, and we hope to see you guys in future videos. Bye.